Alright, make this video just some thoughts about recently California. The ban on gay marriages, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I really want to know what's wrong with people. Why is being gay and wanting to be married such a big deal? Okay, I've heard a lot of different very ignorant things said about this. The most ignorant being, well, first I guess I ought to go ahead and say something for those of you who don't know. Something that a very smart friend of mine said to me that his college professor told him. There's a difference between stupid and ignorant. Okay, ignorant just means you don't know. That's all there is. You don't know. And stupidity means you don't want to know. That's the facts. That's the difference between stupidity and ignorance. That being said, the ignorant people that I've seen on the news making comments such as marriage between a man and a woman the way it always has been since the beginning of time. Hello. Okay. For anybody who knows anything, knows that marriage hasn't existed since the beginning of time. Marriage is a concept that was brought about by religion for several purposes, having nothing to do with a union between a man and a woman. I also have a problem with supposed Christians who have a big problem with gay people in general and call it a sin. Why is it a sin? And if it's such a big sin, why are so many Catholic priests having sex with young boys? Why is there so much undercover sexuality? And if you knew how many people were actually practicing homosexuals, you'd probably lose your minds. That's just the facts of it. There's more gay people in the world than you know. I don't see why anybody should have a problem with what anybody else does with their own sexual orientation. I mean, and for those who say, yeah, you choose to be homosexual, that's just plain ridiculous, because anybody who's known anybody who's actually homosexual, now that's not to say that there's not people out there that are confused about their sexuality. They don't know exactly what they are, whether or not they are homosexual. I mean, every day people are confused about a lot of things. But people that are truly homosexual usually know from the moment they become sexually aware. It doesn't have anything to do with where they grew up, how they were raised. I mean, you can tell most of the time a kid who's homosexual, the ones, I mean, more flamboyant gay men, you can tell when they're little boys. It's not an uncommon thing to know right away that, okay, yeah, this kid is showing signs. You can pretty much see that he's going to be that way. Now, that's not all. That's just the more flamboyant ones. But being gay, there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't understand. I mean, I don't even understand how somebody can get it in their head that there's a problem, or that somebody else being gay in some way affects them. So, we're supposed to give equal rights to all people except gay people, so gay people can't get married. That's the argument that y'all are making, and that's just ridiculous. And anybody who knows anything about the teachings of Jesus Christ knows that Jesus Christ would be ashamed of you people, seriously ashamed of you people. Because that man's message was a message of love and peace, and it didn't have anything to do with whether you were gay or straight. And this is just another contradiction of religion. I personally, I think religion is a horrible thing. Religion is awful. Spirituality is great. Spirituality is good for your soul. But to put your faith in ideas with a religious backing, like you need some religious leader to tell you what's wrong or right, which the Bible itself, I'm going to have to go get some more research on this, but I do know that it said something about free will, and anybody trying to take your free will away is wrong, okay? Which is the contradiction between the New Testament, Old Testament, things like, if someone wrongs you, turn the other cheek, but then the contradiction of that is right there, an eye for an eye. What kind of shit is that? How does that even make sense to anybody to put any kind of faith in that? This is the reason why I was 14, I quit going to church. For this simple reason that I saw with those kind of people who let their minds just be so entrapped by a system of thought that told them what is right and wrong and doesn't allow them to use their own mind to make up their own mind. I mean, it's really ridiculous. It's hard for me to even talk about this because I'm saddened for all you people who really think that something like that matters or that it's going to affect your life in some way. I I feel really bad for you. At the same time, I'm very angered by you, and that's hard to deal with, two conflicting feelings. And then in the end, I usually end up just laughing at you all because you're so ridiculous. But yeah, I have a lot of problems with religion in general, and it's not just the Christian religion. It's all religions that try to tell you that you have to be a certain way or you have to live a certain way, and completely contradict the teachings of the man in, like, or, well, mostly they're religious leaders, which teach you one thing and then it gets twisted around to mean something else. I mean, yeah, I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on religion and about the gay marriage thing. I mean, is it a big deal to you? And if so, why? Why is it a big deal? But, I mean, come with something that really matters, something that has something behind it. Don't just say because God says it's wrong, because God didn't never say it was wrong. Matter of fact, if you know somebody who's talked to God, please let me know who they are. I'd like to talk to them, because as far as I know, there's only two kinds of people that have ever talked to God, and that are angels, which aren't people, or crazy people, which say they talk to God and we call them crazy. So, I don't know. Just give me your thoughts, people. I'd like to know what you think. Later on.